What's going on, YouTube? Got a question for you. What happens if we're wrong? Okay, all the things we've been saying, stack your metal, pay down some debt, save some cash, invest. What happens if we're all, prepare, right? Security, okay? What happens if nothing happens? What happens if you've been doing this and, a crisis never comes or an emergency never pops up, God forbid. I mean, we all get emergencies, life happens, speed bumps in the road, what have you. Matter of fact, okay, let's see if y'all can tell me what's wrong with this picture. I had another situation the other day. Can y'all see what's wrong with this picture? Is the camera picking that up? That's right. I lost a very expensive contact the other day. Things are going to happen. Now I'm rolling with these. Don't laugh. I'm waiting on my order to show up. Well, what happens if nothing happens? What's the worst case scenario? You stacked food, you stacked cash, you stacked metal, you paid down your debt or got out of debt, you invested. Worst case scenario is you're going to be prepared to pay for these things when they come up. It's going to be not a catastrophe, not a financial disaster. It's going to be an inconvenience that's going to piss you off. Because that's what it is for me right now. It's an inconvenience. I can't see as well. I got to wait. And I'm pissed about it. But I had the means to do it. That's the worst case scenario. Okay. But on the flip side, and see, I know we all want to go out and go on lavish vacations. I know we all want to drive a Lambo. Okay. But I know we all want to go finance that new car. I know we all want to, get a nicer place to rent or a nicer place to buy. And what happens if we do those things, right? And your pension gets cut when you retire, if you have one, or it gets, abolished. I know a lot of people that are, oh man, I got another 2 years and I can retire and drop my pension. What if it's not there? What if your Social Security's not there? What if your 401k does horrible or your IRA does horrible? I mean, we've been through that recently. I think that's the more likely scenario. Not a financial advisor, do your own research, form your own opinions. Also hit that like and subscribe button if you would, please. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. I think that's more likely than the other scenario of nothing coming up and nothing happening in our lives. We all want to do these things. We all want to live a life of grandiose things and luxury. And when that happens, when we do both things at once, we live outside of our means, when we make decisions based on emotion and not logic, bad things can happen. Things aren't the best. I see things daily where people are out spending less money. I also see days where people are out spending a lot of money, but it seems to me that people are kind of tightening their belts and tightening their wallets, if you will. And that can trickle on down the line. That can affect, so many different industries. And eventually it can get back to you or me or any one of us, God forbid. It's just, I don't know. It concerns me. And the way I look at it is, if nothing happens, I'm going to have some food that I can always eat. I'm going to have some assets. I'm going to have some investments. I'm going to have some things in my life. Yes, I'm not where I want to be. I don't know who is. I still have to go to work every day. And by every day, I mean every day. 7 days a week, 6 to 7 days a week, depending on my schedule. We all want these things, but and TikTok, right? Life gets shorter every day. We get closer to the end every day, in my opinion, and we never know when that time's up. And it's kind of a balancing act of, living life, but not living too fast, and then finding out you outlived your money, or finding out things happened that we weren't planning on. Which I don't know about y'all, but that seems to happen in life. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you, and sadly, it's going to happen to us, again. So, I don't think you should put all your eggs in one basket. As far as preparing for things, I don't think you should, freeze or starve or sweat because you don't want to turn on the AC or the fan if you have the means to get there. But I definitely think, it's wise to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And again, either way, if you really think about it, either way, you're gonna win. Because if you're prepared and something happens, you're prepared and you can absorb that. If you're prepared and something doesn't happen, you've got stuff. You've got things, you've got valuable things, you've got that food storage, you've got all kinds of stuff. That's kind of where my head's at. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but if you do, Constitutional's here to give it to you, to remind you to stay the course, to stay on your path, not a financial advisor, and I certainly don't have a crystal ball. If I had a crystal ball, I'd be rich, like rich, okay? But I don't. All I can do is look at potentials and look at trends and pay attention. I don't like watching the news, and I'm selective on what news I do watch. I get a lot of my news on YouTube from reputable sources, but it's important to remain aware. It's important to remain notified. Again, don't let it suck you in. Don't let it depress you, because that can happen very easily. Do have some mail I'm going to be going through pretty soon on this channel. I've been a little bit less active both on the channel and with others. I apologize for that. Had a lot of stuff going on. I spent a day essentially not being able to see anything because I had to get these fixed. Don't make fun of my bad vision if you can tell. It's pretty bad. So I'm going to remedy that soon. I got some mail coming up from, off the top of my head, I know I'm missing one or two people, but I got Chef Stacker. I'm going to be doing him. I believe Savage has sent me something in the mail. My brother from another mother, Savage Stacker, so that should be showing up soon. Oh yeah, I do have something from my dude, Mello. Look at that poker chip. And look at this. I won a GA I didn't even know what he was doing. So if you haven't already, if you've been living under a rock, and you can go down and I will link Mello's description channel in the description below. Go show my dude some love. Go sub up. Go watch his content. Super solid dude. Brother from another mother. Mello Stacks, I love you. This just happened to be sitting here, so I thought I would do it. I got some others to catch up on. Again, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're saving and you're investing and or stacking, I think you're doing the right thing. I know it's frustrating at times. I know it's hard at times. I know it's sacrifice. And remember this. Remember this. Be selective in your life who you share the fruits of your labor with, because so many people have their hand out and they say, oh, well, you have more than me. You've done better than me. Why don't you share that with me? Did they share the discipline that you did, that you sacrificed, and the discipline that you exercised to get to where you're at? No, they did not. If they did, that's a different story, but a lot of people expect something and did nothing. So that would be my non-financial advice, okay? Anyway, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. If you're not getting notifications, a lot of people are not, please check that you're still subscribed. Hit the bell. If you're not, you probably won't see this video. So that's all I got. Not a financial advisor. Like, share, comment, interact with me. Miss talking with all y'all. Stay the course. Stay positive. Make a step forward every day in your life. And keep stacking.